Hi everyone, hello. I've got the craziest top knot situation going on up here. Um, I apologize for all of you that are just seeing me for the first time with this gorgeous hair, but this is just, this is the day when you get back from a 7-day vacation, beach vacation with your kiddos, fly all day on a Monday, and then get back right into the swing of things after a long holiday, laundry, market shopping, emails, work. I'm gonna take these out. I hope you guys can still hear me when these are out. Can you guys still hear me? I hope you can still hear me. Just give me like a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining. How are you guys doing? I have so much to talk about. It's been such a long time away. I really felt like I was gone for so long. It had been, I think about 8 days, like since I was working, and I like put it out there that I was gonna maybe work, but I was in Mexico. The Wi-Fi was so bad, was like almost impossible to use. So I just basically got offline. I was able to post like once or twice, but that was it. Which felt so weird for me because I love just connecting with you guys. And you know, the thing is though, I got back today, luckily, and I don't know if it's because I was on vacation, but I just think things really did slow down last week. Tell me if I'm right. Did you guys notice that like auditions kind of slowed and everything kind of slowed? Oh, what was that? Let me know. Yeah, it felt like a perfect time to get away and just really disconnect. Being in a different country definitely helps with the ability of just like, I can't do anything about it. I can hardly, text my friend. So I can't really get online and check in and check breakdowns and deadline and all the things. But I was thinking about you guys. I had a great time away. I actually learned a lot when I was gone. Hey, Katiana. Hey, Adam. Hey, everyone. I learned, hey, I don't know, T Holiday. What's your name, T Holiday? I learned so much when I was away. Just, it's so interesting. Have you guys ever been to Club Med? Just any Club Med, like around the country or around the world. It's so cool. It was our 4th time at this one resort. And the coolest thing about it, that just like my takeaway from it that kind of relates to you guys, and I wanted to talk about that, is these people come, these GOs, that's what they're called. I don't know what it stands for, like general something. These GOs come from all over the world, and they come to these resorts and they stay there for whether it's 6 months or some are there for 8 years. And basically their job is to make, hey Jada, hey Grayson, their job is to make every single person that's there feel like they're special and part of it. It's like you have to be so on to be one of those employees. But it's so cool. JT, is that you, JT Neal? The JT Neal in the flesh is here. So it was so cool to be around that and to see people from all different countries speaking all kinds of different languages. And if you've ever been to a Club Med, let me just tell you, they hire the most incredible performers I've ever seen. Like literally insane performance abilities. Some of them are, they act, they sing, they do circus stuff, lots of like trapeze activities and still like rewrite the stars type from Greatest Showman. Like very cool, very cool. And that was something I was thinking about, because there's a lot of people probably that like grow up in different countries and they want to perform, and this is a really awesome ability. Like for a lot of people, if you ever want to just kind of look into that when you guys are older, I swear for 6 months it would be like the coolest study abroad situation. It was really cool. Oh, you do silk, Jada? That's so awesome. Thanks, Katiana. I did have a great holiday. How was yours? It was so funny because I left and I was like, I'm gonna escape that big Thanksgiving dinner. I'm not gonna be eating all the mashed potatoes and the turkey and the stuffing and everything. Okay, I ate like 7,000 Thanksgiving dinners while I was there. It's so much food. Cocktails, drinking, food, like it's just like a lot. It's indulgent. It was awesome though. We had a great time. We did a lot of water sports. We sailed. My son went fishing with my husband. We ate the fish. It was just awesome, awesome getaway. But now I'm back. I woke up early this morning and I was, a lot of times I remember, I'm going to be honest right now. Yes, there you go. Fulfilling. Okay. So I'm going to be honest. When I was a lot of times in other parts of my career, like earlier on, like when I was in casting and stuff, and I wasn't working exactly on projects or with people that I really loved or really, enjoyed working with, a lot of times I found that I was a little bit like, I'd have those Sunday scaries. Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say Sunday scaries? Like it'd be the end of a weekend, a really fun weekend, or the end of a holiday when you're just like, oh, I don't want to go back to that. I don't love doing it. Like, I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do it. Well, so can you guys see me? It says pause due to poor connection. I hope you guys can see me. Maybe it still thinks I'm in Mexico. I think that's what's happening. So one thing that I felt, coming back into this trip, from this trip was like, okay, this was great. I overindulged in everything. I really got offline. I wasn't on social media. I wasn't on anything. Are you guys still there? I just want to make sure that you guys are still there. Because I see like this, it just like stopped. I'll just talk to myself. So while I found that it was like, so great, I was so excited to come back and to be here because I felt like what I do in my job, in my career now with coaching you guys is so, speaking of fulfilling, it's so fulfilling for me. You guys, I'm worried I got ended here. Hold on. I'm going to end and come back in. Or am I here? You guys see me, Claire? Okay. I see Dare. I see a few other people. Okay, you guys see me? Okay. Felt like it was like really quiet there for a second. Hello everyone. Yeah, so I was so excited to come back and just like get back into it. December is a tricky time. We're coming into December. How many of you guys feel like once December hits, you're just like, ugh, I'm so over it. Like I'm so tired. I feel like, I'm just gonna, I already started eating bad. I'm going to continue eating bad. I'm already going out all the time or, not sleeping enough. It's just like, keep it going. I feel like this is the time. Hi, I think it's Karen. Karen, yes, you can always ask me questions. This is why I'm here. So hold on. So I feel like, oh, the weather. Katiana, you're saying the weather. Well, it's really sunny here in LA. I don't know. But I feel like December's a really good time to kind of really focus and get back into kind of what is our goal. Set your goal and your intentions for January. Here we go into January, which is kind of like, everyone's always like motivated January 1st. Well, I don't like resolutions. I don't like any of that because I always feel like resolutions feel like, let's just be really, whatever it is, eat badly, don't take care of yourself, don't go to school, don't study, don't do anything, and then January will start over fresh. Well, that just doesn't work for me. For me personally, if I push it off to January, push it, then I'm just like giving myself permission to be lazy and just like sitting in the now. Well, I am focused on constantly growing. So instead of tomorrow or the next week or in the next month or the next year, start today and to decide today, like what can we start working on today to make us the best person that we can be, right? Okay, here, hold on, let me see. I see, your first pilot season. Yay, young kids to entertain. Okay, I love that. Pilot season is coming up. I'm already seeing a bunch of my friends are writers and they're selling pilots. So right now what's happening is a lot of writers are out there and they're selling the ideas or maybe they're pitching basically an idea to a network and the network is buying the ideas and they're buying tons of scripts right now. And what's happening is once you buy a script, they send it back to the writers to really work on and develop. So now the writers are writing their scripts, getting it all together, getting it perfect. And then January is when pilots that the networks are going to then buy the actual scripts that they really liked out of all the ones that they developed. So that's when things will start going real crazy. Probably like second, third week of January, things will get busier, a lot busier. I mean, there's a couple pilots right now. It's definitely slowed, I feel like, in the last couple, weeks. But it will pick back up again. I'm just pulling up breakdowns right now because I'm kind of like interested. I haven't gone on to it today. Okay, hey everyone, welcome. Okay, Young Kids, you're Riley Trigg's mom. Hi, honey. Okay, I love Riley. She's so talented. Let's see. I mean, ET Canada, so excited. Oh, you're promoting right now your show. You went on ET Canada. Okay, so Jada, your show is called Young, feel like I keep saying it, like Young Super something. Write it so everyone can see it. And is there a way in America that we can watch it? Is there a way in the US? So everyone else, I want you guys to really start focusing now instead of just kind of saying, whatever, we're going to deal with it next week, when January, when things get busy. I want you guys to really focus right now. Are your kids, or are you, depending on who's watching, do you feel ready that if a pilot script came to you right now and it was 6 pages, 3 scenes for a series regular on a show, if it came to you right now in LA, it's 2:47 p.m. and your audition was tomorrow at 3 p.m. Like, how would you feel? Would you feel ready? Would you know how to jump right into it? Or would you scramble, freak out? I haven't auditioned so long. Oh my gosh, I don't have my headshots. I don't have anything ready. I don't know what to wear. I don't have my, you have to always be ahead of the game. It's like, for me, being prepared calms my anxiety. Do you guys feel that way too? Oh, Super Mighty Makers is Jada's show, and it airs in Canada, and I can't wait. If we can all get access to it, I'll definitely promote it for you, Jada. So soon in the US, we'll all watch it. Yeah, Cameron, you need to take my class. Jada, you need to work on comedy timing, you're saying? Yes. Okay, so these are all things that you need to be practicing in advance. Nothing like that. Big comedy timing or sitcoms or major like breaking down of scenes, that's not going to just come to you 10 minutes before your audition. That already needs to be prepared. So what I was just saying, being prepared for me is such an anxiety reliever. Like, just let's talk about travel, okay? I love to travel. I love to get on the plane and go. But what I don't love is the 3 or 4 days before I travel, because I start to what is the word called? Tailspin? What's the word called? I go into that's what I go into. And why I do that is because I feel like, oh my God, I need to do all the things and I have nothing prepared. Where are my passports? Do my kids have enough sunscreen packed, underwear? I start to panic about all of it. Then I run to Target. I spend all this last minute money where I probably didn't need to because I have it all. I just didn't plan in advance. So planning and preparing, tailspin. Planning and preparing before you actually have your audition to go to is all so important. So just keep that in mind. Okay, good. You guys are all correcting me on tailspin. Just keep that in mind as we go into the busiest time of an actor's career. You want to just have all your ducks in a row, Do you guys have any questions for me? Have there been any auditions that have come up that have been weird, strange moments, wondering about certain things, feeling for anyone that's here and is just starting with me, oh, Dare, you're so sweet. For anyone that is here and just starting with me, something I really focus on in my coaching, which Dare is just talking about, is I go about it with a 2-pronged approach. Okay, so first of all, it's audition technique, and that is the most important thing you can learn as an actor, especially a young actor starting out. If you don't have audition technique set, if you don't know how to walk into an audition, first impressions, what to say and what not to say, energy, if you don't know how to break down the scene that you're reading and understanding what you're doing, when you go in that audition, it's just gonna all crumble. You can't wing it. Unless it's an improv audition and you're supposed to not know anything about anything, you cannot wing an audition. That's one thing you can't, okay? And I think it's really important that you guys understand that that's just one aspect. Another aspect, a big aspect of all of acting, is who we are as people prior to our read, and our energy walking into the room, and our confidence. Confidence is a huge thing that I teach. I believe very wholeheartedly that if you are not confident in your auditioning, if you're not confident in your life, let's be honest, you're going to really struggle getting ahead. Now, confidence does not mean arrogance, and it does not mean being boastful or kind of egotistical or rude or any of that. It doesn't. You can be confident and you can understand what you want and be assertive in all those things, and still be very likable and still be very humble and all of that. So it's kind of like an important thing to understand that casting directors are trained to judge an actor and read a person. And we don't just read you with your scene, we read you with your personality. And so I have this crazy ability now, and I don't know if I was given this as like a young kid or this was taught to me throughout my years in casting, but I have this ability when I walk into a situation with a waiter or like a customer service person or whatever, where I can literally, I kind of understand how to approach that person. Because sometimes people are in bad moods, and you're gonna approach a person that's kind of in a bad mood a little differently than you're gonna approach someone that's like, hi, welcome, come on in, with a big smile. So you have to tread lightly and you have to read other people's energies when you're walking into a room, or else it comes off very disingenuous. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. Online courses, I'm seeing what you're saying. Well, first of all, let me talk about, okay, we're coming in from out of town. When do you recommend we need to be there by? For an audition? Is that what you're asking about? Riley Triggs' mom. I want to say your name is Denise. I think it's Denise. Jada, yes, do you have an online class starting soon? Yes. Okay, so right now I am starting, this week is week 3 of my 5-week pilot prep. I will start one in January. I really, really want to get dates set. Do you guys have a preference? I'm going to ask. I'm going to like poll my audience on Instagram and on Facebook. For anyone that's here, go over to the Young Actors Guide. You should join that group. It's a private Facebook group, obviously like Donna Bowling, but also join the Young Actors Guide. And there's some good conversation in there always. But if you guys have a day preference for classes, I would love to hear that. So I'm going to ask that of you guys. Because I've already done a bunch of Tuesdays, and there's a lot of people that can't make Tuesdays. So now this one's Thursday, and it's sold out real fast. So is Thursday the day that you guys like to do? It kind of works for me. Online classes, I'll do a 4-weeker in January. I think that works best. And we'll do, just my typical like formula, my online, comedy intensive. And that you guys will do improv. You guys get to know each other. We'll do improv. We'll learn the best way to approach a room, walk into a room. We can write our own monologue, which is one of the weeks, which is super fun. We can, and then do some partner scenes or some scenes with me. So it's a great experience. For pilot season, Denise, let me think. When should you be here? I would say mid-January, end of January is probably ideal so that you don't miss the beginning, but I think the primary, like hardcore auditioning for kids is February and March. That's what I kind of remember from the last couple of years. And also, by the way, this is something I need you guys to understand. A lot of people have this idea with pilot season that it's going to be like, I'm just going to be nuts. I'm going to have like 400 auditions in a week. Okay, it may not happen for you. You may come all the way out here from Kentucky. I just made up Kentucky. Assuming you're going to be having 8 auditions a week, and you may only get 3 the entire time you're here. And the reason is a couple things. First of all, you can only cast for roles that are asking for your type. Like if you are a 12-year-old girl, your agent can't get you in for roles that are written for 16-year-old girls and 9-year-old boys. They can only get you in for the roles that are right for you. For the roles that are right for you, you should be able to get in for them because pilots usually they read a lot of people, but it's not guaranteed. So like every year I find there's a trend of a certain kind of age or gender that gets auditioned a lot. And this last year was a lot of boys. And then a couple months ago, there was a bunch of Nickelodeon pilots and it was a lot of girls. And so you really don't know what's ahead of you. But you have to just stay positive when you come out here to LA, or if you're waiting for auditions back at home. You have to stay positive and not take it personally. And that's a super important part of just life in general because it's not about you. It would be about you if you went in and had more of like an interaction and didn't get a call back. Then you could like think about maybe it was something about your performance. It's probably not though, but actually no, it probably is about your performance, but why you weren't actually cast may not be about your performance. But you can't take it personally if you don't get an audition. Okay? It's not like someone looked at your picture, met you, saw you act, and decided not to bring you in. There's a lot of reasons for it, but we can talk one-on-one about that. And that's a lot of people come to me for consultations because they're like, look at my headshot. This is how I come across when you meet me. This is my reel. Look at it. Can you tell me which one, what your experience is, which one you would bring in? Because I come from the casting and the agent perspective since I did both. Okay, let me see if there's any other questions here. Okay, Jada, you like Friday or weekend because of auditions? It's busy during the week. Unfortunately, that's tough for me because of my kids, But I'll see if I can do anything. And also I record all my classes and I send out links to all the students. So if like you couldn't make one week, you could always get the link. So that's something to think about. I'm also gearing up to do a parent seminar or webinar, I should say, which is basically, it'll be an interactive parent webinar with all of your guys' questions. And I really want to get that on the books in December. And that will be like a replay link available as well. Okay, you started worrying because I heard things were already getting busier. Yeah, I mean, listen, Denise, it was busy. I'm not going to lie. Like, it was crazy for a couple weeks. But right now, I'm looking at breakdowns. Like, I just pulled it up right now. And there are projects, and I'm not looking at like every single breakdown right now. I'm just looking at, I always look at kind of the kids shows to see if there's a show that has like 6 or 7 kids in it. And I'm not seeing too many. I'm seeing some guest stars, a couple of things here and there, but I'm really not seeing any pilots right now that have come out in the last few days. So don't feel like you're missing the boat on pilots. I really wouldn't. Yeah, I don't see a pilot being released on breakdowns at all this week. Yeah, no. There's a couple of things though, like there's the High School Musical for Disney. There's guest stars for Sydney to the Max, which is the Disney show. So, you never really know. Okay, Jada, I think I'm in the odd age. It seems that they're asking older kids to do 12 and I'm 5'4". Okay, so that's a really big question that I get all the time. Do you look older for your age? If you are a child and you look older for your age, it's not ideal. And here's the truth, and I'm going to be honest with you. Because that's something I do too much, and I hope I never mean to like hurt anyone's feelings. It's not ideal to look older than your age because what happens is most people want to hire older that looks younger. However, it doesn't mean that it's going to be that way forever. It's right now in this pocket, so you may be in a little bit of a strange pocket as an actor where you look a little different than your age. It will even out. Okay, so you will even out. You're not always going to look older than your age. You may go through a little bit of a stage right now, but it's going to even out. And so if you are, let's see, you're 12 and you look 14. Is that what you're saying now? Yeah, you just turned 12 and you look 14. Okay, so you look a little bit more mature than your age, but that doesn't mean that someone won't say, who cares that she's 12? She's amazing and she looks 13, 14 and I want her. A, there's a possibility of that. And B, when you're 14, maybe you're going to look 15. So it won't be as big of a shift. The older you get, those things kind of even out. It's weird, when you're a teen and you're going through all those growing stages and, I always looked really young for my age because I'm short. And I think a lot of times when you're tall, it just kind of shifts that. But you can't hold it, you can't be upset at yourself for looking a certain way. And that's something that I teach you guys all the time is it's very easy to be hard on yourself and be bummed, oh, I can't believe I have pimples. So mad at myself, I have pimples. It's taking me out of acting for 6 months until this clears up. Well, you know what? Everyone gets pimples. And it's going to be just a temporary time in your life, or braces, or strange, awkward stages, or a bad haircut. It's okay. It's okay. You can't beat yourself down for it, Confidence will overtake all that. And there's a lot of kids that get hired during those awkward stages because they walk in the room and they kill it, So you can't beat down on yourself for things that are out of your control. It's really important. Does it look like I'm in a bathrobe? It's a sweater, I swear. It's a very comfy sweater from Target. Okay, you would happily take guest stars. Everyone would happily take guest stars. I know. Hey guys, oh my gosh, I'm seeing everyone joining here there. Okay, your daughter, Katiana. Oh, what about 6.5-year-olds that look 4? Fantastic. If you're older and you look younger, you are golden. This is a good thing, okay? You're in a good spot. My daughter looks 9 in pics, but not in person. I'm told by everyone she looks 9 and she is 7. She's also, okay. Katiana, it's kind of what I said to Jada already. It's going to be a little bit of like an awkward moment, but it's okay. Your daughter is who she is. You can't be mad at things like height. Listen, I'm just going to be really honest here. My son, he's 6 years old. He's tiny, okay? I saw him opposite. He just turned 6 like a week ago or a couple weeks ago, but like I saw him against all the 6 and 7-year-olds who he's grouped with at Club Med. I was like, oh, he's small. And I kind of almost felt bad for him because I was like, I hope he doesn't get made fun of, that he's short and small. And then I was like, what are you doing, Donna? He's the cutest, sweetest, most like intelligent, personable person. The teachers all love him. The kids love him. Like, you can't stress about it. What are you going to do? Like, give them growth injection hormones just so they can act? Please. We're fine, right? Like, you just have to breathe and get through those stages. By the way, my husband, who's 6'2", said he was tiny also until he was about 11, and then he shot up and he was taller than everyone else. You have to be confident and proud of who you are. So that may be like not set to standards, but by the way, in this business right now, and I'll tell you, there's been a shift in the last 5-6 years. Quirky is good. Different is good. We don't want you all to look cookie cutter like it used to be. Not in the like, you know, Hannah Montana, Selena Gomez Disney days. That's gone. No one wants perfection. Yes, we're always going to want the pretty girl for this one role and the good looking guy for that one role, but the best breakout characters on every TV show and every movie don't look perfect. Look at Stranger Things. You know the kid with the like the curly hair with the like tooth issue, and he has like he has a lisp. He was the breakout star of that show. He does not look perfect. Okay, let me see. Ron, Sharon. Okay, let me see. Seems like pilot season might be starting a little earlier this year. My son is going up by mid-January. Yeah, I mean, you never know. There's definitely pilots, like we were just saying, that are already casting. Okay, and he's 18 now. This is going to be interesting for him. Exciting. Okay, let's see who else is here. I see Parker's here. Everyone's here. Hi, guys. Okay, Anthony, thank you for the live discussion right now. When submitting a video audition, you dress that part, right? A lower class role should not be all cutesy, right? With perfect hair. Great question. Okay, dressing the part is absolutely important. What's most important is hinting at the character. So, right now, I would play the perfect role of disheveled mom, right? Bun and hair in my kitchen, looking like I'm wearing a robe, no makeup except some mascara. Booker. No, so I would say definitely hint at the role that you're going in on, right? So if it's a jock, definitely wear, whether it's like a little sports jacket or like a jersey that you got, or like, you know, something, maybe like a baseball cap. I don't think you should wear a baseball cap for auditions, but maybe for the slate, something like that. What we don't need is, if you're playing the role of jock, I don't need you to wear like, what are they called? Like eye blacks under your eyes and like a football helmet and like your shoulders on, like, yeah, I'm a jock. Okay, so casting directors have imagination, and this is what we always used to say. Casting directors have imagination. You know who doesn't have a lot of imagination sometimes is the producers. So for callbacks, a lot of times we'll say, you know what, you did a great job. The outfit did not work for this specific role. So we will give you that, but I will say, always hint towards it. So if you're playing a lower class kid that doesn't have a lot of money, just wear like a plain t-shirt that's kind of maybe not, you know, it doesn't have like the Lacoste logo or like a polo. Wear something a little more ratted, you know? Don't look like perfect, exactly. Okay, Jada, I actually played older roles for a long time. They could not find older kids to do it and booked me, so I guess it's okay. Yes, see, like, you don't know what your competition is out there. And ultimately, if you're perfect for the role, if they love you for the role, they're gonna just like make it work. Maybe they'll change the age in a year. You know, a lot of times with Disney, they write roles for like 14-year-olds and they end up at 11. So you never know. Aw, Grayson, you're the best. That's so sweet. Listen, I really try. Brianna, hi. Okay. Dress the part, don't wear a costume. Amanda, that's totally true. It's totally true. Dress the part, don't wear a costume. We don't want to see Halloween. We just want to see someone that looks like this is really who they are. Right? Does anyone have any other questions for me? We talked about video auditions. Are your headshots all done? Do you guys have your headshots ready? Always bring headshots to an audition, even if they don't want it. Just have it. There was nothing worse than not having it when we needed it, even if we didn't ask you guys for it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you guys. Just be like just always be one step ahead when it comes to auditioning, when it comes to headshots, when it comes to, you know, being in the right headspace for breaking down a scene. Just always be one step ahead, because I feel like if you're not, then you're behind. Does that make sense? And the last feeling you want to ever feel is behind or rushed or freaking out about how to get there, because what's going to happen is it's going to ruin your performance. You know, you're going to end up feeling like a harried mess instead of just like, I got this. I do have one girl that I work with. She's an adult, and I got her an audition for a role that was for a Nickelodeon show. And she said, I've been to this lot a million times. She got there 15 minutes before her audition. Well, guess what happened? Her name wasn't on the drive-on list or the walk-on list or whatever the list was at the gate. Okay, she started to panic. She didn't know what to do. They couldn't transfer to casting. She didn't have a phone number for casting. She couldn't get her agent on the phone. She was outside, like walking around. She parked on the street. She was walking around in the hot heat in Hollywood. She like found some studio phone that connected her to security, that connected her to casting. And by the time she got in there, the session was over. They waited for her. The session was over, but she got there. She didn't even have a moment to put down her stuff. And they were like, okay, you ready to come on in? And she just completely, she said she did fine, but she says that she thought it completely affected her audition because she wasn't calm. She didn't have a moment to decompress and to like get in there. So the entire time she was doing her audition, she was thinking about, oh my God, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I forgot about water, I didn't get my water, you know, that's the last thing you want, right? Amanda, is it okay to see the background during a full body slate shot? There's no way around showing my whole living room for those. Yeah, it's okay. Do you have like a background? Like a backdrop? That at least is like around your body? It's okay if you see everything around it, but just when you're actually doing your scene, you shouldn't have a kitchen behind you like this. Would not be a good audition tape. Also, if not given direction, are slates always at the end of the audition? I used to get slates at the beginning of the audition. I don't think it matters. Just have it a separate take. Or put it at the end just to be safe. Yeah. Okay, let's see, McKenna, what are you saying? My callback last week, our car broke down, but we always leave early, so I still made it. Phew. Okay, so good. And a lot of times you're going to have a situation where you're going to get lucky and they're going to say like, it's all good, we'll make it work for you. But a lot of times you won't be that lucky and they're going to say the audition's over. I mean, it happened to us. We used to have auditions when we were working, like I think it was on Ant Farm for Disney or Sweet Life, because it was this one office. We had the same office for 2 shows, so I don't remember which show. But we would always have sessions from 11 to 1 in the morning, and then an afternoon session, and 1 to 2 was our lunch break. They brought catered lunch every day to the office. So from 1 to 2, if we didn't go out there and get our lunch, we wouldn't have had lunch, because like there's a lot of people and they eat and then it's done. And so by 1 o'clock we were starving and we were ready to go. And almost every time at 1:10, while we were sitting there putting food in our mouth, some random actor would walk in and be like, I'm sorry I'm late, can you see me? Okay, we would do it because we're not mean people. We would always put down our stuff and go in the room and then like have to get our notes and come back in and get back into like audition mode and read them. And very rarely would that person ever get a call back. We weren't in the frame of mind for it. Does that make sense? Is that a horrible thing to say? But it's true. I just want you guys to understand behind the scenes what casting directors go through and what they're thinking. Okay, Amanda, you have a pop-up backdrop. It's not big enough for pulling out to full body. It's okay. No one's going to judge you on that. Okay, someone else is saying she uses a huge piece of material I bought from Joann's fabric. Yeah, I mean, if you have a wall that's big enough that you can put a fabric, but a lot of people don't have that space that they can put a big fabric up against an entire wall, like cover picture frames or lamps or whatever. I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. I don't think any casting director is going to say like, whoa, 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 I see a couch. Like, they're out. But it's an option. If you have like a scene that you need to do a little bit more physical, yes, you can put up a big piece of fabric. Okay, Anthony, can you give any insight to how many talent are sent slates? Then how many of those talent actually submit? Then how many of those get a callback? Okay, so I would say it's different for everyone. For a pilot, well, let me just say like a guest star. A guest star for a Disney show. If it was like a popular role, which is like a 12-year-old girl, we would probably get like 800 submissions. We would pre-read probably between 60 and 80, and we would call back 8 to 10. So it's like the odds are not in your favor. But that's why if you get that audition, you better be prepared. You are so lucky just to get the audition. And so I always say that to my clients. I'm like, you don't understand. If you're not coaching for a big guest star audition for a Disney show, or you're not like preparing for it in any way, and you're just thinking you can wing it, no. You gotta prepare for it, because it's just like, it's just gonna be a failed opportunity. You finally got the audition you've been wanting. I mean, you wonder why it's so quiet for so many weeks. It's because there's so many people out there that are trying to audition for the same projects as you. Right now it's not that busy, so don't feel like you're missing out on a lot, but during pilot season and stuff. So when you get that audition, you have to go in so prepared. You can't just be like kind of okay, because then you're going to get lost. You have to be so good. You have to like surprise the casting directors with your ability. You have to make a choice. You have to like pop. Does that make sense? You have to pop. Any other questions? Listen, my goal here, sorry for the shaking. My goal here is not to intimidate you guys from this business at all. I think if you or your child loves to act and wants to pursue this as a business, then I'm here to give you all the tools and all the, hand holding and back rubbing and info that you can possibly go in, because there's nothing worse than entering a job interview, an audition, a flight, even go to the market without your grocery list. Like, there's nothing worse than feeling unprepared. And it will mess with your brain, and it will cause you, what I was saying earlier, into a tailspin of anxiety and stress. And we don't need that. This is something we can handle and we can do. We can do this together. So I'm here as like your guys' buddy through the audition process. And I am nothing but supportive, and I like really, really want you guys to do the best. There's nothing better than hearing like, hey, I didn't get the role, but I wasn't nervous for the first time today. Or I didn't get the role, but I made them laugh. I mean, just to have a good audition, do you know how good that is for your guys' confidence, just to walk out of an audition and be like, I think that was a good audition, even if you don't get the role. Because you don't want to you don't want to leave an audition and feeling deflated and be like, bummed. I could have done better and I didn't. And why didn't I work harder on it? Why didn't I meet with someone who told me how to make it funnier? Why not? Just do it. Just get ahead of the game. Okay, Anthony. Oh, yes. Availability for coaching. Okay, yes, I got your email. I'll email you back. Amanda, we don't have time to coach before always, but we look up everyone on the project, try to break down the scene, talk about. If you don't have the time to coach, obviously, that's all you can do. Luckily, there's people out there that do FaceTime, Skype, and they like work around. Like tonight, I'm working, I wasn't supposed to, but I have a 6:30 client tonight over FaceTime with a 6-year-old. So, and it's just like you make it work. So if it's a really important project, work your hardest to make it work. A lot of times I Skype with kids in the car while their parents are driving. On the way, it's not ideal, but it's better than nothing, because at least you're hearing someone else's, you're getting someone else's eyes and ears on your role. On your audition. Sorry, I'm like jet lagged, I think. I'm still in Mexico. Anyway, you guys, I think I'm going to call it because it's been a long time. and I have to get a little bit more work done before the rest of the day starts. But I missed you guys. I'm so happy to be back. I can't wait to kickstart December. Let's just go into 2019 feeling the best that we can be, and being the most prepared that we can be, and just rocking it, right? I'm here for you guys. If you have any questions for me, always feel free to DM me, email me. That's Donna, DANA, at DonnaBowling.com. Please go to the Young Actors Guide, which is my podcast name. If you guys aren't listening, the Young Actors Guide on iTunes. Please go to the Young Actors Guide group on Facebook. It's a great community of people like you guys that follow me and watch me and understand, my technique. My technique is not the same as a lot of other acting coaches' technique. I come from a really specific place of positivity and love and guidance and confidence building, and you can do it, and hand holding, and I'm your cheerleader. Okay. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, see you Thursday, Denise. And yes, DM me. And if you ever need Skyping or whatever, I'm here. Okay, I'm going to try to end this gracefully here. Okay, bye all. See you.